Hey everybody, so I think this would be maybe the last update until I do a walkthrough. I'm actually going to do somewhat of a walkthrough, pointing out any updates I've done. So starting off with the yard display, I just finished putting up the leprechaun, so my legs are pretty much sore from having to go take leaps where the gypsy wagon is, and then bring all the parts and assemble the whole leprechaun in this area. So the way I set him up is actually so people on the outside could interact with the haunt a little bit. So they just press a button that is hidden right here. It's going to be more exposed when there's people, so I'll just press it once for you all so you guys can see.
Dare to reach for the treasure, and you'll find out just how lucky you are.
So, originally I was thinking his sensor was going to be good enough, but to activate him when people walked by. But then when I bought him and first set him up right out of the box, his sensor wasn't really working that good. So I didn't want to return him because there's nothing really out there else that looks like him. That, you know, there's no other leprechaun prop that I know of that is an animatronic, and so I just didn't want to return him, and I thought he was I could just put the try me button and he would work fine as something that is an interactive prop for guests. So I did that. If you didn't see before, I'm going to try to see if I can show you better. Maybe you can't see it still. There's a mister in the fountain over there. It's a little difficult to see it on camera, but it's there. There's like a color in the bottom of the fountain. Right there where my finger is roughly. So right there is a mister. Now I have a skeleton there behind the gnome. Plague doctor. I have a statue of a plague doctor near the fountain. I got the guard over there. It's like a guard troll guy. The witch, she should be activating on. I don't know, maybe she needs new batteries. Because I just turned her on, but she's not going off. So it could be also there's no light shooting towards her sensor. And she is an old prop, so the fact that her sensor's not activating is pretty much just because there's no light in front of her. Otherwise it would have gone off by now. Now I did move the light that used to be in front of her. I put it in front of this sign because this is like the dead end town. If you read the backstory of that I uploaded, you would know that there's like a town or a village of these ghoulish creatures in a town called Dead End. So I put that sign over here. Then I got some pumpkins, and it really pops out because I use like this bright green, fluorescent green, and then I put the purple light shooting against the sign. And all that is just the opposite end of the other bed rest piece that I used for the other sign. That is the name of the entire haunt, which is Dead End. I mean, Dead Awakening. My bad. The sign, there's another sign up there that says Dead End Guard, because he's supposed to be like a guard or like a police officer, some type of more or less law enforcement. Similar like when you watch the Frankenstein movies, and there's always some type of guard, some type of enforcement there in the village, in the town. That's what he's supposed to be like. You know, it's just him as the local representative that keeps things, you know, in shapes, right? So so that's what he's supposed to be. And there's lanterns there that I also need to add batteries to light them up. And there's some stuff I just haven't put batteries in because I'm trying to save that for Halloween night and November 1st, which is the 2 times when this haunt's going to be open. A few people will be let early, certain people will be let early as sort of like a trial run. But for everybody else, you know, majority of the public, it's just those 2 days. So let's get into actually walking into the haunt. So this is not the entrance of the haunt. Just the entrance is right now closed, you know, because I'm still working on stuff. I also have the banjo skeletons over here on this side of the yard display. Have the Grim Reaper statue from Home Depot. I have a little bit of work I have to do in here inside the Gypsy Wagon, but it's pretty much the display in majority is pretty much done. So my mom just got this today. It's that like supposed to be kind of like a weird tree grabber guy. So turn him on for you. So he's kind of like in here. It's kind of hard to see him because it's just dark, so the camera is just not picking him up very good, but you see his light up head. It's kind of like a snake. Surprised she even got this because she doesn't like snakes. She really has a strong dislike towards reptiles. So moving on. So actually where the guests are going to come through, this gate here is going to be open enough that they're going to come by, and the Ultra Skelly of this year, the one that's programmable, he's going to be here. So they'll walk on the right side of him, but he'll be like greeting them as they walk in. So that's why he's here. I just haven't programmed him yet, but he will be programmed to go off when guests come through. I have a little bit of rubbish in this space here that I have to just clean up a little bit. I got a spider in this area, so this area here sort of like somewhat what I wanted to do in terms of a spider area. Not exactly, because I want to actually have spider eggs hanging from the ceiling, but you know, I couldn't get that far, so it is what it is. This area is supposed to be like an emergency exit from the haunt, and then this banner, I mean, you could just pass right through it. So the banner, you can't really see it too well because it's just very dark in here and the camera just doesn't pick it up so good, but it's supposed to say beware zombie zone. And I have, let me just fix this real quick. Okay, let's see if this, maybe now you can see it better. So yeah, so if I back up, you kind of see it. So that's a zombie or corpse skeleton I got from Home Depot. So yeah, so he's gonna be there. I just used some pallets to make up some walls in this section here. Not too tall walls, just something as a barrier. So you'll be walking through here. There's a welcome sign above you. Now you can see it better in person than you can see it on the camera. Camera doesn't get this dark. It can't read it because it's just too dark. There's a sound box for the ghoul over here, or he's a zombie, but I call him the ghoul. I haven't turned the sound box off. I tested it. It does work. So when I do an official good walkthrough with the background noise and all background sound and all that, that will be on because I need to test that against the background noise. The other props I have in this haunt that do have sound, their noise is pretty loud, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. So we keep going. So I painted this door, painted this board black. All that's doing is keeping that street light from really affecting this area here. So that's what that's for. Anyway, so you'll be walking through here. This is the cemetery sign, the archway with the columns that I made. So then we come through, and there's a sensor that activates a strobe light, and obviously he should be activating. I don't know why he's not activating. So I don't know what that was, but normally he's activating every time I pass by. So yeah, so it could have been maybe something was covering his sensor, but that's how he's gonna run. So you just come into this space and he activates. Now he just activated right now. So I got the pop-up zombie that I made last year and just did some more alterations. There you can see the fog is coming out now. I got a fog machine behind him. This is supposed to be the emergency exit. Now I have to put a sign up here that says emergency exit, of course. So that's why I said I'm not fully done with this hunt yet, but it's getting there. So I did add some candles to bring some contrast with the blue light, which even though it's coming out as purple in some spots on the camera, it's actually blue. So that's another thing I added. So then I also added there's Gravestone Ghoul.